The global economy is facing profound changes that will shape the future for all of us. Around the world, decisions are being made that could alter trade, technology, and power dynamics as we know them. But what exactly is happening, and how will these changes affect you and me? The pandemic, supply chain disruptions, and rising geopolitical tensions have highlighted vulnerabilities in how the world does business. For years, international trade and interconnected markets drove the global economy, fueling innovation and growth across borders. You can see this in just one sentence from Joe Biden's first address to Congress.
Think about it. There is simply no reason why the blades for wind turbines can't be built in Pittsburgh instead of Beijing. No reason. No reason. None.
This seems just like a boring political statement, but I promise this statement is a bigger deal than it seems, because it marks a new era in our global system. A system that all of us participate in, whether we know it or not. Or maybe it's a rerun of an economic system that the globe turned to right before the Second World War.
There's no reason why American workers can't lead the world in the production of electric vehicles and batteries. I mean, there is no reason. We have the capacity.
In this video, I want to peek under the hood of the endlessly complex and fascinating global economy to show you just how deeply connected we've all become and how those connections are being cut and weaponized. All of this thanks to new threats, new risks, new realizations, new values, and above all, a new rivalry between two great powers. This is the world that we are moving into. It's how things will work for decades to come, and it's important that we understand it. So let me give you an overview of what is becoming the new global economy.
The new tariffs from both sides went into effect earlier this morning.
The U.S. tariffs have kicked in. China can't put as many tariffs on us as we can put on them.
China is still the biggest threat to the United States.
However, recent events have put this global framework under pressure. Many countries are reconsidering their reliance on foreign goods and are looking inward, focusing on strengthening their own economies. Leaders are calling for more domestic production. In Europe, Asia, and North America, there's a growing trend of investing in local industries and reducing dependency on foreign suppliers. This move toward economic self-sufficiency has profound implications for how countries interact on the global stage. Global trade isn't just about products, it's a system that supports millions of jobs and impacts the prices of goods and services. But as countries begin to adopt protectionist policies like tariffs and local manufacturing mandates, the cost and availability of goods could change, affecting everyday consumers worldwide.
Instead of Beijing.
Okay, but let's stick to our timeline here. We're kind of in the 90s. And I'll tell you, people in the 90s would have never guessed what direction this story is about to go. The Soviet Union had just fallen. Free trade and global capitalism had unambiguously beat communism, and the magic of the free market was seen as the solution for pretty much everything. Free trade had just ended global conflict between these great superpowers, maybe forever. Free trade was eradicating global poverty. Free trade was pushing countries to adopt democracy. And here's Bill Clinton, giddy about how good it's all going, predicting that free trade would bring democracy to China.
The more China liberalizes its economy, the more fully it will liberate the potential of its people, their initiative, their imagination, their remarkable spirit of enterprise. And when individuals have the power not just to dream, but to realize their dreams, they will demand a greater say.
Free trade would prevent our age-old human curse in mutually beneficial deals that it wouldn't make sense to fight. After all, free trade had turned Europe from a continent ravaged by war to this tightly knit group where everyone's holding hands and smiling together. Why wouldn't this naturally just happen to the whole globe? China continued to make stuff and send it to the United States. Our dependency on them and them on us continued to grow, and that would surely prevent any conflict. Imagine paying more for your favorite smartphone or having fewer choices in your local grocery store. These are some of the impacts we could experience as countries shift toward prioritizing local production. This move raises a critical question. Are we seeing the end of globalization as we know it? As countries become more self-reliant, some argue that this could lead to a more resilient global economy, less vulnerable to supply chain shocks and foreign dependencies. However, others believe this shift could weaken international cooperation and increase tensions as countries become more competitive rather than collaborative. Balancing national interests with the benefits of global partnerships will be crucial in the years ahead. The data reveals an evolving landscape. Many industries are adapting, while governments are exploring new trade agreements that prioritize security over cost. New technologies are also playing a major role. Automation, renewable energy, and digital currencies are reshaping industries and creating opportunities for countries to innovate within their borders. So what does this all mean for us? As nations navigate these changes, there's potential for both challenges and exciting opportunities. The world economy is evolving, and the choices made today will shape the future of work, technology, and society. The path forward may be uncertain, but as we face this economic transformation, it's clear that understanding these shifts will help us better navigate the new global landscape. Join us as we explore what's next for the world economy and how these changes could impact our daily lives.